The silent call that started everything. It was a cold night in Ohio when the 911 dispatcher first heard it. A faint voice, barely above a whisper. "Please, help me." Then silence. The dispatcher leaned closer to the headset. "Sir, can you hear me? What's your emergency?" No answer, just soft breathing on the line. Then suddenly, another whisper. "They're inside." And the call dropped. At first, it seemed like a technical glitch, but something about it didn't feel right. The dispatcher, trained for thousands of emergency calls, wrote down every detail. The number was traced to a small suburban home on the outskirts of the city. Within minutes, a patrol unit was dispatched. Officer Daniel Harris arrived at the location. A quiet house. Lights off. No movement. No noise. He knocked once. No answer. Twice. Still nothing. But then, he noticed something disturbing. The front door was slightly open, and inside, a phone was still lying on the floor, screen glowing, showing the last dialed number, 911. The house felt wrong, too quiet, too still. Harris raised his flashlight and stepped in. That's when the first creak echoed from upstairs, and everything changed. But what Officer Harris would find upstairs would turn a silent house into a nightmare scene no one expected. The house that shouldn't be empty. Officer Harris moved slowly through the house, flashlight cutting through the darkness. Every step made the wooden floor groan like it was warning him to leave. The living room looked normal at first. A TV left on standby. A cup of coffee still warm on the table, like someone had just walked away seconds ago. But there were signs of panic. A chair knocked over, a broken picture frame, and faint drag marks on the carpet, leading toward the stairs. Harris radioed in quietly. Possible disturbance. No contact with caller. Proceeding upstairs. No response from dispatch came back. The silence on the line felt heavier than anything else. Step by step, he climbed. Second floor hallway. 3 doors. One slightly open. Inside, a bedroom, completely destroyed, covers torn, closet doors open, a smashed lamp on the floor. But what made Harris freeze was the wall. Scratched into it, deep and uneven, were 3 words. "Don't trust them." Suddenly his radio cracked. A voice, but not dispatch. Just static. And a whisper again. "They're still here." Harris spun around, flashlight shaking. Nothing. But then, from behind the closet door, a faint sound. Breathing. And when the closet door finally moved, Officer Harris realized this wasn't just a break-in. It was something far worse. The hidden room. Harris aimed his flashlight at the closet. "Come out! Police!" Silence. Then, a soft knock from inside. Not from outside, from within the wall behind the closet. That made no sense. He slowly pushed the closet door aside and noticed something strange. The back panel wasn't aligned properly, like it had been recently tampered with. He pressed it. It gave way. A hidden door. Behind it, a narrow space leading into darkness. The air was different here. Heavy, stale. Harris hesitated, then stepped in. Inside the hidden space, he found something unexpected. A small chair, rope marks, and a child's shoe. But no child. Just a recording device on the floor. It was still running, and suddenly it played. A voice. The same whisper from 911. "Please, if anyone finds this, don't let them take me." Harris felt his stomach drop. Then footsteps echoed above him. Not his. Someone else was inside the house. Moving. Slowly. And when Harris realized the footsteps were coming down the stairs, he understood the caller might still be alive. The shadow upstairs. Harris rushed out of the hidden room, heart pounding. The footsteps were clearer now. Step. 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 Coming closer. He raised his weapon, flashlight shaking slightly. "Police, show yourself!" No answer. Then suddenly, silence again. Too silent. He moved back into the hallway, scanning every corner. That's when he saw it. A shadow at the end of the corridor, standing still, watching. Then it moved back into a room. Harris followed carefully, pushing the door open. Inside, nothing. Just an open window, curtains blowing softly in the wind. But on the floor, fresh footprints, wet, recent, leading back toward the stairs and down. He followed them again, this time faster. They led to the basement door, half open. A cold draft came from below. And then, a whisper came again, right behind him. "You shouldn't have come." Harris spun around, but no one was there. Only the basement door, slowly creaking open wider by itself. And what was waiting in that basement would explain why the 911 call went silent. The truth in the basement. The basement was freezing. One single bulb flickered above, casting unstable shadows across the walls. Harris descended carefully. At the bottom, he saw something horrifying. Not just an empty room, but evidence of a place someone had been held. Chains, old food containers, markings on the wall, days counted in scratches. And then, a voice. Weak, real. "Help."
Help me!
Harris turned sharply. In the corner, a small figure. A child, alive. He rushed forward immediately, untying the restraints. "It's okay. You're safe now." The child shook uncontrollably. "They said, if I made noise, they would take me forever." Harris radioed in again, but this time backup was already arriving outside. As sirens filled the air, something strange happened. The basement light flickered one last time, and the recording device upstairs stopped forever. Whoever had been there was gone, but not caught. Not yet, because the most disturbing part wasn't what Harris found. It was the fact that the caller was never the only victim. Life lesson for this story. Some calls for help don't sound like screams. Sometimes they come as whispers. This story reminds us that danger doesn't always announce itself loudly. It hides in silence, in fear, and in the moments we ignore small signs. Never dismiss a cry for help, no matter how faint it sounds. Because one ignored moment can become someone's last chance. And sometimes, the difference between life and death is simply who chooses to listen.